Welcome back to Commander Class episode 152. Today we're going to be talking about Replicate. It is a mechanic that lets you copy a spell, because sometimes casting something once is just not enough. Honestly, Replicate is pretty much Magic's version of Control-C, Control-V. So if you want to know more about it and what it does and some amazing cards, Commander Class episode 152 is perfect for you. So what is Replicate? It is an extra cost that lets you make a copy of the spell you're casting. So pretty much you're playing the card and it will say Replicate with a mana cost next to it. So what you do is you then add that on to the additional cost of the card and then you get 2 copies of it. However, if you do the cost again, just the replica cost again, you then get a 3rd. And then if you do it again, you then get a 4th. And then a 5th, and then a 6th. So every time you're able to pay the cost of the replication while also casting it, that's how many copies you get in addition to the original card. The best way to describe it is getting a copy spell and gluing it onto the card you want to cast. One of my favorite things about these cards is you can cast it at pretty much any time. If it's early game, you get to cast the card and get the benefit. Later on in the game, you get to cast it 2 or 3 times and then get a bigger benefit. The more turns, the more mana you have, the more it kind of grows. And that's what I love with certain cards, they grow with you during the game. But before we go any further, a quick little shout out to my small little Etsy shop. If you want to support the channel and me directly, there will be a link down below to my little merch shop where I have t-shirts and hoodies in multiple colours and sizes for people to enjoy with designs that I thought would be cool. When it comes to this, all the stuff comes to like lighting and mics and stuff like that, which is a really big help in making these videos. So if you like me and what I do and want to help support out the channel, first buy yourself something nice, secondly like, subscribe and watch more of my content. So since this is Commander Class, how does Replicate work in Commander? Honestly, I actually think Replicate is better than most people think. Replicate is just pretty much an add-on of 2 cards, so even if you're just casting it once, you're still getting the benefit of casting it and a copy spell. But in this, it's just whacked into 1 card, so again, you don't have to keep putting in cards that make you cast or double spells you control. Its real strength is its flexibility, because you get to cast it even if you're behind for its just normal cost, which makes it a normal card to cast. If you're slightly ahead, you get to cast it 2 or 3 times, which will then push you even further ahead. And then if you're way ahead of everyone, you're able to cast it so many times that you'll pretty much be unstoppable or instantly win the game. And since it also, whenever you cast a copy, you get to choose a new target. The best thing about it is in Commander, you then get to kind of hand out the damage or whatever additional stuff you want along. You don't have to target the same person over and over and over again. It is a mechanic that rewards timing, ramp, planning of your deck, and even depending on the card you're replicating, your commander. But if you have never seen any cards that has this ability, I'll be talking through some of them and showing them on screen. Here are some of my favorite and the best ones that have Replicate. You get cards just like Hatchery Sliver, Mimeofacture, Mists of Leorin, Psionic Ritual. Overall, the biggest problem with Replicate is there's not many cards with it. They have a hard focus on just separating the 2 and making more powerful cards that you then want to put cards in to replicate the powerful card. You need a large amount of mana for these cards or a very hard focus on them, and to be honest, some of the spells are not even that powerful. Most people would rather go, here is a big massive 10 damage spell and then here's me copying it 4 times. But other than that, it is still fun and flexible. I really do wish they do make more of these, but there is a lot of keywords that they try once and then never touch again. But with everything, that is Replicate. Thank you so much for watching Commander Class 152. If I've missed anything or you have anything cool you want to mention about the keyword, let me know down in the comments down below. If there's any keywords you want me to touch, I'll eventually go over them, but if there's one you want me to speed up, let me know too. And while you're down there, remember to like and subscribe and do all that YouTubey stuff we always ask for. And if you like this Commander Class, I have last week's Commander Class here, a playlist of every single Commander Class I make here, and a subscribe button here, and I shall see you all in the next video.